Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, the two of you. Good evening. And welcome to Passionately Speaking. We just took a break. We took, 3 weeks off for the holidays
Yes.
and everything. And a lot of times when we do, people get out of the habit of coming. And, I was like, oh, darn, I have to do the call today because even I'm out of the habit a little bit. It's just like, oh, man, I'm still on vacation in my head.
I know.
I hope all of you had a great holiday. It's always good to have it and get it over with. For me anyway, it's just like, a lot of work, a lot of extra inconveniences, right? It's like the malls are crowded and you can't go and shop with ease. It's like, go home, everybody. Get out of here. And the guys, you see all the men shopping on Christmas Eve. It's kind of crazy. So I'm glad it's all over and now we have a new year. And with the new year comes new goals. With the new year comes new goals. And that's exactly what we want to talk about today. I'm just letting Jackie in. Hi, Jackie. Okay, she's connecting. So, with the new year, hi, Jackie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Arvee. Hi, everybody.
I hope you had a great holiday.
Thank you. It
You
was
never
awesome.
stop. You are more active than anybody I know. It's so much fun to watch. Okay, so with the new year comes new goals. And so that's our conversation tonight. The conversation is the art of goal setting and goal getting. Now, goal setting is as old as dirt. And there has been every mentor that I know of does goal setting. My mentor, Eric Lofholm, does it. Brian Tracy has his own thing. Grant Cardone has his own thing. So there's enough information out there for you to go and get goal setting or goal getting. But I hope I can bring a little something, a little twist, a little something different that I have not heard from any of these people. And when I can, I'll tell you some techniques from each of them. But some have like Brian Tracy has a 12-step program. Eric Lofholm has a 26-step program. Grant Cardone's big thing is you write it down 10 times. All this stuff. But there's always, to me, one thing missing. And Tanya, we talked about this on that class that you had me teach a year ago now. And but this is it. This is the secret that I have discovered later in life that I hope will help you too. So I'm just going to kind of give you the basics first, and then I'm going to give you the magic secret that makes it all work. So we all know about setting SMART goals. That's been around as long as napkins have been around. I mean, and we all know what that means. And I'll reiterate it just in case as a reminder that a SMART goal is S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is obtainable, R is relevant, and T for time. Now that's kind of the traditional ones. We've also heard A is for accountable, that kind of thing. So another one is specific motivational, M for motivational, A accountable, R responsible, and T for touchable. So what does that all mean? I mean, they're very similar. It's all the same thing. And it's clear you have to do these things when you look at that goal. But we're going to set that goal. This is kind of like a criteria. Once you set a goal, you have to double check that you're specific, that it's measurable, and that obviously you can get it. If you say, I want $1 million and you're just going to sit on the couch, you're not going to get it. It's not obtainable. And what happens is the subconscious knows that. So that's kind of what it means. But let's take a look at, and this is like a 12-step from Brian Tracy. And I'm not going to do all the steps because I don't think that they're relevant, but I believe in the first six of them. So, and I'm going to give you a little tweak on my tweak on them. Okay, so the step one in Brian Tracy's recommendations is the desire, right? Have an intense, burning desire. And that makes sense. You have to have that desire to obtain the goal. Without that desire, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to be driven to get the goal. All right. So this is kind of like, that motivation. So when I got into bodybuilding, when I saw that film with Ernestine Shepherd, it was boom. That's what I wanted to do. It was this burning desire. Nothing was going to get in my way. That was it. That was it. Nothing, no matter what. And then I went from there, right? Tanya, when you decided, and the goal was her beach house, she's in her beach house right now, brought it into reality because she set a goal and had a burning desire. And Renee, I bet you are in Chattanooga, Tennessee, because you have this burning desire to move and move somewhere really cool, right? I mean, that's where it all starts. But see, a lot of times, hi, Dr. Luana, but a lot of times when we set goals, we forget the burning desire. We go through the process. Okay, I want to make $50,000 a week, right? You say a want instead of a burning desire, right? I want to do this. I wish, right? Guilty. I wish I had a new pool, right? I wish I had this. I wish I had a cool boyfriend, right? Instead of that burning desire that's like, get out of my way, world, I'm doing it no matter what, right? And just knowing, it's kind of like, when you know it's right with God, when you know it's God's desire, it's like you know, and there's no stopping you. That's the kind of burning desire. So that's number one. We have to have that burning desire. If you don't have a burning desire, then if it's kind of a goal where, meh, I could take it or leave it, or maybe you're not going to get it. And then you're going to either feel like a failure or just feel like goals don't work. And they do work. Have that burning desire. Step two, you have to believe that it will happen. You have to believe that it will happen no matter what. A lot of times we set goals and we're like doubting Thomas's, right? We're like, well, if it's God's will, or, I don't know if I might be too old, or I might be too young, or I might be whatever. And we let this disbelief play in our head. We all know how powerful our beliefs are. We've heard it, heard it, heard it. I've heard it a million trillion times. I know better. I know, like I know, like I know. Yet I will let things out of my mouth. I will say things to myself that are destructive. I do it, and I had to catch myself the other day. I'm like, Arvee, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. Just stop it and start saying nice things, right? We have to make sure we do not think bad things about ourselves or say bad things because we are creating that. So turn it around and say nice things. How great you are, how super you are, how strong you are, how fun you are, whatever it is. And the same with that goal. You have to believe that you will get it. You have to believe. I knew that I was going to go on stage because nothing was going to stop me. Now, there's things along the way that happened. Yeah. Did I get on more stages than I ever dreamed of? Yeah. Did I win when I didn't think I ever would? Yeah. So there's good things, but I knew, like I knew, like I knew. Came in and I said, I want to compete. That's it. I didn't come in and say, I want to work out. I wanted to grow muscles. So you got to go to the higher desire, right? The higher desire, because everything else will fall into place, right? Of course, if I'm going to compete, I had to grow the muscles. Of course, if I'm compete, I had to lose the weight. Of course, if I compete, so I didn't have to set those as goals. I can set them as interim goals, but then I'd have to say, how big do I want the muscles to grow, right? You have to measure them. I didn't care about all that. I just wanted to have a competitive body. I just sat on that. Well, what does that mean? That means I had to work out every day. I had to work out every day to obtain that. Okay. Number 3, write it down. Everybody I've studied goal setting from says write it down. Bar none. Bar none. You have to write it down. Now, people like Grant Cardone say you need to write it down 10 times, 10x, and then read it 10x every single day. If that works for you, do it. Other people have said, just write it down and read it once. Brian Tracy, Eric Laughlin, a lot of them just say read it every day. Put your top 5 goals on a piece of paper and every morning remind yourself what they are. Speak them out loud. That will bring them into existence. Never lose sight of your goals. Never lose sight of the 8 ball. You could have 100 goals, but you have to work on like the top 5. 100's too many, right? That's too many. Just work on the top 5 because most of those are subsequent goals that go into the top 5. Work on the top 5. Get those done. Set new goals. Set goals once a quarter. I recommend setting goals every either 90 days or 120 days, a new set of goals. And if you don't get the ones done, you can either carry them over or say, you know what? It wasn't what? Important enough. I didn't have a strong enough desire. It wasn't important enough. I didn't believe that I'd really get it anyway. Oops. If one of these things go wrong, you won't make your goal, or it'll take you longer to get it. Remember, what is that burning desire? What is that burning desire? And you have to believe that you're going to get it. Has to, and that fits right into obtainable, right? In a SMART goal, is it obtainable? Because again, if you want $1 million in a week, but your mind's going to go, you're not going to do that. How's that? That's impossible, right? That's where the relevancy comes in. It has to be relevant. Maybe $1 million in 3 years. Now your mind can accept that. Okay, so write it down, read it every day, every other day, 10 times a day, whatever it works for you, but write it down. It's been proven that goals that get written down and reviewed on a daily basis speak into life. They come into life. So make sure you do that. And we're all guilty. I'm guilty. I write them down and then I forget to read them, or I write them down, put them in my computer, and that's where they stay, So, or I make too many of them. I'm guilty. But right now, in the last few years, I've gotten it down to just 1 or 2 really big goals. And everything else doesn't matter, right? And I know I don't have those other things because I didn't set them as goals, right? What you don't set as goals aren't going to happen, or it's mishap, right? So I didn't set a goal to find another man, right? I put that off the table. My goal was to date, and I dated, right? That's my mistake. I thought I was dating to find a husband, but I was just dating, just to see what was going on out there. And I didn't like what I saw. So now that's not even in my vision this year. Not even in my vision. I don't even care about that right now. Right? My vision and my goal right now is to compete in as many contests as I can. And my coach said, why do you want to compete so much? I've got 5 on the table this year. 5. That's a lot. That means I'm in prep for almost the entire year. And I looked at him and I said, because, and this is reality, I'm getting older. They have a 60 category, and the further I get away from that 60 mark, the harder it is. So I want to do as many as I can when I'm closer to the 70, until such time that I get a 70, which is my goal. Not this year, but next year. I will get a 70 category. I got the 60 category. Now, this year is the first year they're going to have the 60 category at Muscle Beach, right? So part of me is I'm a trailblazer. I always have been, always. And so now my goal is to do as many as I can this year. And then next year, get a 70 category. It's for the women that follow me, not so much for me, because I'll be there by myself right now. And that's what a trailblazer does. They're there by themselves. They're leading the way, right? I was thrilled when I got to compete with 3 women. Woohoo! Wow, right? A lot of times I'm by myself. Of course I win. I'm by myself. But that's what a trailblazer and a leader does. I have to pave the way. I have to build the trust so they'll know that it'll stay and they'll get the word and they'll compete. And so now, one more year, it's 60, and now I'm going to get a 70 category. Mark my words. That's my goal. Mark my words. It will happen. Just like your goals will happen because you know, like you know, like you know. Because I have a burning desire. I have the belief that I can do it. I've even got history that I've done it, and it's written down. Okay? All right, step 4. Make a list of all the ways it will benefit you from achieving your goal. Benefit you, benefit other people. Because see, this is where the worldly thing comes in. So like if we looked at that SMART goal, the one of them, let me see, the one of them was, it was something to do, I want to get the exact words. I'm looking for it. I can't seem to get my hands on it. Oh, okay. So one of them is responsible, right? The second one I read to you is R is for responsible. The first one said relevant, the R is responsible. How responsible is it to the world, to society, to other people? Think about how your goal will benefit you, your family, and other people, right? I mean, Tanya got a beach house. It's also an Airbnb. It's benefiting not only her and her husband, but it's benefiting other people who want to come and stay at the beach who, don't want to pay for high hotels, right? It's benefiting because she developed the property and made it nicer. So there's things that you're doing with your goals that contribute to the world and to other people. Write those down. Make a list of all the ways you will benefit from achieving your goals and the way it may or may not benefit others. Okay, number 5. Think about your starting point. When are you going to start? Now, remember the other goal says measurable, accountable, yeah. But a lot of times we have that goal, but we don't know when to start. We don't even put a starting date. We just say, okay, I have a desire, blah, 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 blah. But like me, for instance, I know I'm going to get a 70 next year. It's a goal for next year, right? But this year, my goals is to do 5 competitions. When I first started work, my goal was to find a gym that could teach me how to compete, and so on and so on. So think about when do you want to start, because sometimes you're going to set goals and you're not going to start till halfway through the year, and that's okay. You can still set them. You can still dream about them, but put that start date. Some you're going to start tomorrow. Some you're going to start next month. All right. Number 6, set a deadline when you want it to end. So it doesn't go on forever, right? So it doesn't go on forever. Now, my goal, I don't particularly have a deadline in terms of competition. I'm going to go until I can't go anymore, but I do have a deadline for when I want to make sure I have that 70, and that's, by the end of the year next year. So you can have that kind of deadline. Now, let me share with you that secret. That is 6 ways, and they're pretty common. That's kind of Brian Tracy. Like I say, he has 6 more. It's 12, and some of them are redundant. But here's what's missing from all of the goal setting that I've ever studied, and that is your why. Right? Your why. Why do you want the goal? Yeah, you have a burning desire, but why? You can have a burning desire just because you want what you want, but not know why you want it. Why is this goal so important to you? Why do you want to get it? What is its purpose? Is it serving? When you have a big enough why, that's when you will keep going toward your goal. That goal will be so huge it will propel you out of bed every single morning. But without the why, it's a task. Right, Jackie? It's a have to. You want to do that book, but you don't not really happy about the title or the topic or whatever it is. It's not going to get written. It's going to be a labor and not a labor of love. But if you have that big why, like I want to give this book to my grandchildren, I want to give this, write this book so other Christian women can find the Lord. That's a big why, and it'll get done fast, right? And it'll keep you on track. So my why is big, as all of you know. My why and why I work out and do what I do is to manage my grief. And it will never go away, because the minute I stop, the minute the grief's going to come in, or so I believe. The minute I stop is when there's no purpose left, right? The minute I stop, that's when I will seek purpose in others as opposed to myself. I can't stop. I have too much to lose. Too much to lose. Find your why that's that big. And that's why so many of my friends, I see them come and go at the gym all the time. Come and go, because they don't have a big enough why. And when your why is too little, you'll let other people's why interfere. Oh, I had to go to work. Oh, I had to go to the doctor's. Oh, I had to get my nails done. Oh, my hair appointment. Who cares about all that? You can reschedule all that. That's schedulable, right? Even myself, if I try to go to the gym at night, like if I get, and I've done it through this holiday, believe me, I skipped a couple because I just kind of got in the holiday spirit. You know how you do, and you're off, everybody's off, you've got a luncheon appointment with the girlfriends, and you got this and that. And I was like, I'll just sleep in twice. I missed two because I just want to sleep in. I'll go in the evening. I didn't. Why? Because other people are, in my schedule, rolling around. I'm doing this, doing that, going to Costco, whatever it is. Pick a big why and get it done. Schedule a time every single day to work on your goals. Whatever it is, don't let anything interfere with it. Discipline and commitment. Discipline and commitment. You can create anything you want to create. God has given us that power, right? He made us like him, and he's the creator. We can create anything we want. Our minds are just too small, and our willpower is too light. But you pump it up, and he will just open the doors, and you can create mountains. You can create anything. Look at the people around you that have been so creative, and you go, gee, how come I didn't do that? Right? Your world where it is right now, everything that you have, wherever you are, you created it. You created it with your mind, and you created it with your mouth, and with your lack of goals or with your goal setting. Everything. Look around. Are you happy? If you're not, it's time to make a change, right? Luana decided she wanted to move. She moved. She moved in with her family, right? Right? Tanya decided she wanted a beach house. She got it. She's sitting there right now. Jackie decided she wanted to write books and travel like the wind. And she's been traveling more than anybody I know. Dr. Love, you decided to move to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and start a business out there. These are all because you've set goals and had that desire, and you moved on them. You created them. Well, just think, when you think even bigger, what you can do. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling, but you have to believe in yourself and believe that it is so. All right. So we're going to go around the room now. I want you to share with me one of your big goals, not a speaking goal, just one of your, if you're comfortable, if it's a private goal. Now, I've learned too, this is another secret. You don't have to share your goal with anybody because sharing it with another person does not make it happen. As a matter of fact, it can make it not happen if you share it with the wrong person. So if you said, I want to, go and buy a house at the beach, and your loved ones or your family laughed you in the face, it would give you that doubt and disbelief in yourself, and it's natural, right? So you do not tell people your goals until you are about 90% there and you're not turning back. You've got everything in, you're either ready to sign on the dotted line or you already have. Because people can be goal crushers. How many of you have ever had your dreams or your goals crushed, stamped out by someone in your lifetime? Amen. Amen a dozen times before I learned that lesson. Mostly family members and close friends. Why? Because they don't understand it. They don't understand you. They feel threatened and they think you're going to leave them, right? You're going to be better than them and you're going to leave them and they stand to lose something. Yes, they take it personal. Not because you can't do it or they don't believe that you can. They're afraid you can. And they don't want you to because it messes up their little world. It's like, who moved my cheese, right? So help them out by not telling them until it's done. And then tell them what you did. Now, if it personally involves them, like they're living with you when you move, then that's, of course, a different story. There's always exceptions to the rule. But most of our goals are personal goals that we make with ourselves, for ourselves. And then in those, you want to start a new company or you want to work out for the first time. Or what if you said to any one of you, I want to compete? If you told somebody close to you, if you told them now, before you started working out, before they saw progress, they would be a naysayer. Oh, why do you want to do that? That's a lot of work. You got to have a special diet plan. You got to work out 5 hours a day. You got to, and they would discourage you before you even got started. So share your goals with yourself, write them down, speak them out loud, believe in them, have your big why. And when you almost have them accomplished, then you can share them with your loved ones. Unless you already have a loved one that's full support, like Jackie or Dr. Renee's husbands. I mean, and probably Tanya's too. Total support. But don't share it with everyone. It doesn't make it come true. A lot of people think, oh, if I'm so excited, I'm going to share it with everybody. I'm going to speak it as if it, no, you speak it, but speak it to the right person or just speak it to yourself, speak it to God, but be careful speaking it to the wrong person because that can have the opposite effect, right? Remember, number 2, you have to believe. Develop that belief. All right, so we're going to go around the table. I want to hear a big, big, huge, just one goal for the year that you might have. If you don't have that one, well, one that you do have. Not a resolution. There's no such thing as resolutions. Just throw that word out of your vocabulary. That is silly, goofy stuff, right? It's a goal. Goals are solid. Goals are real. Goals can happen. All right. So what is your one? We're going to start with Tanya.
My one goal is a big goal, and
Yes.
it's to get organized. My mental space, my emotional clarity. I need to get organized from closets to storage. I got to get organized so I can, and my why is so I can move life with ease and competence and control. When you're not organized, you're really not in control. Even if your business is doing 100% and you're good with that, if your other part of your life isn't if my other part of my life isn't organized and I'm losing time looking for this and redoing tasks, I'm done with that. So that's my goal.
Beautiful. So for you, then, you were going to break those into smaller goals of, like you
Yes.
said, your house or your closet or
Yes.
your, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's too big and vast,
Yeah.
your business or whatever,
Yeah.
and break them into little spike-sized pieces.
Yeah. I do 90 minutes, and that's exactly what I do. 90 minutes on this, 90 minutes on that. So pretty much 90 minutes to 3 hours a day, I am going to be doing some of that organizing. Yeah. 90
Perfect.
minutes worth
And
for me.
and what is your big why? Why is this important to you?
Because I'm tired of I because I want to move life through life with ease and confidence and control. Bring back the energy when you're are not organized, you don't have that energy that you need.
Right.
Um, so my big why is so I can my days can be smoother, aligned with more things that I really want to do. Because this I don't want to do. What, like I told Arvee in the beginning of the class, I would love just to sit in front of clients all day long. That's what I love to do. But it by being unorganized, it's not allowing me to be effective in that area. So I had to just, stop it.
So that could be part of your why. The why being get this stuff done so that you can spend time like you want to with clients. That's a nice why.
Say that again. Oh, yeah.
The why is so you can have more time to spend with
Yeah,
your clients, doing
right.
what you love to do.
Exactly, exactly. And I wrote down some whys when you were just talking about break it down, is that a clear environment produces anxiety. And you can just concentrate on what really matters. And that's like what I tell people when they're in their finances. If you stop spending on stuff that doesn't matter and spend on what really matters, and that's the same thing with being organized. So then I can spend time on what really matters.
Yes, yes. So write that down and
Yeah.
then write I don't know, doing it every day is kind of a lot. You might want to, just kind of break it down to do it twice a week or
Mm-mm.
3 times a week.
No, my 90 minutes is a must. I
Okay.
am doing it 90. I can do 90 minutes a day. If I have to give up watching something that I want to watch, if I have to get up earlier, which is what I've been doing to exercise, that was another goal. That's a smaller goal, but I've been getting up and doing that for at least 30 minutes every day. And, I don't want to, I don't like it, but, you know, I want to be healthy and, get some muscles. So,
Good.
but yeah, I have to do it every day because if I don't, it's just so much, Arvee, that I already know I have to do it, except for Sundays. I don't do it on Sundays.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that sounds good then. Okay, perfect. Good luck with that.
thank you.
But keep us informed how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Love, what's
Okay,
your
can
big
you
one?
hear me, RV?
Yes. And I see
Okay.
a puppy on your lap.
Oh yeah, this is just one of them. There's three of them: Thor, Zeus, and Apollo.
So
They're
cute.
all brothers. They all look alike. So they're just really,
Adorable.
yeah, they're good boys. Yeah, we have the fourth one. That's Cupcake. She's 15, and
You have a fourth one?
a fourth. We have four Malteses. Yeah, all the same dog. But the first one is Cupcake. She's the last of the five that we had. We were in Los
Oh,
Angeles, and so she's the last one, and she's kind of she's not doing so good today. So we have three Maltese dogs, boys, all boys. Thor, Zeus, and Apollo are their names. So,
wonderful.
all right. So my top goal is a TED Talk by July,
Okay.
second week of July, and I want that to establish myself as a more global or international thought leader in love and relationships and emotional leadership. And I just got a best-selling book first week of December, my second best-selling book to my name. It's a corporate book, and I wrote this with my husband, and so it's going to get us into more corporate arenas. It's called Team Building
Genius.
2.0. Team Building 2.0. So
Nice.
this is a second best-selling book. So I'm really proud of that. So that's for corporate accounts. They also have more money, and they're easier to work with and just is simpler. And the other book I have is called Strut in Your Stilettos. It's about
Yeah.
women stepping into your confidence, clarity, and charisma. So that one is probably going to launch around the end of January. It's in editing right now.
Beautiful.
So that's why I
And
want to
that's
do
your,
that.
what, third
That
or fourth book,
that's
right?
that will be my 14th book.
14th.
14th book. Yeah.
Amazing. You're going to be like, what, Barbara DeAngelis?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of do my own lane. I know there's other people who do loving relationships, and I just kind of stay and focus, blinders on. I kind of don't care about competition because I don't care.
Oh, well,
I,
she's done. She's a past.
yeah, and I've heard of her, and a lot of people have compared me to her because I go more in philosophy and getting closer to God rather than who's cute, who's not, and you got to look a certain way. You got to love yourself. First, go love God, love yourself, and whoever you attract will be a mirror of your image. I tell that to everybody, and many people do not want to do the work. And so, what you were saying about writing it down, people don't want to write down, they don't want to journal, they don't want to look at the past, they just want to say, find me somebody because I'm lonely. Well, good luck because that won't last too long. So, bottom line is, I want to establish myself as, I am already established already, but more of a keynote speaker and more of corporate. In companies, more departments will get along better. So they have a higher a gross at the end of the month because people got along better, like a team building. But in speaking, and Jim does a team building with food, I'm going to talk to them about team building, but more of the philosophy behind getting closer, not having the walls up, and being loving and respectful. That's the most important thing, is respectful to one another, and forget your ego, because EGO means edging God out. So that's kind of like the platform I'm working on, and I've been working on, so I can raise more money so I can do more tithing and helping more people in Chattanooga with women's shelters and things like that.
Nice.
And helping people transition so they have a transformation. And on my book, the cover of the Strut in Your Stilettos is a pair of stilettos, but there's a butterfly on the tip of the toe. The butterfly signifies transformation for women.
Right. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay. Let us know how that goes.
Okay,
right.
I will. Thank you so much.
Jackie, you're up.
I saw a cartoon at the end of the year that said, well, 2025 was kind of a rough year. My goal for 2026 is to make it to 2027. I decided that wasn't real positive, but it's kind of fun anyway. And I'm goalless. I'm in the retirement mode. I'm kind of resonating with Tanya, in that we're not too sure. We may have to move because of our age into a different community. So we're looking at trying to weed out stuff and make things not so difficult for our daughter if something happens to one of us. So that's kind of where we are. I'm not going after anything big this year.
Well, I think that's big if you're talking about like moving into a retirement community, or that's huge, and downsizing, getting rid of stuff so your daughter doesn't have to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
That's huge. It's huge. That's going to take the whole year.
Well,
That's
and to Tanya's point, I've decided on a drawer a week, or a closet a week, or something a week.
uh-huh.
So got to get rid of stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting how much we collect, you know? I mean, no matter how
And
old you
we
are.
moved here 8 years ago, and I thought I got rid of a lot of stuff, but I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I see Luana shaking her head. You probably had to get rid of a lot of stuff. Downsize from a house into a room, right? Right? Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I
it.
did.
It's a,
And what I did was I tried to get everything that I thought was important for me now, because I had lived there for 30 years. So 30 years of accumulation, there was a ton of stuff there. And it was probably the best decision, because I remember going through the stuff my mother left. That was a chore. So I have one room now. I make sure that whatever I get goes in this room, not in any other room, so nobody has to deal with a whole lot of stuff. And it's kind of freeing, uh,
Freeing.
yeah, to let go of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, something across my mind, and I said, nope, I am not going to be like Lot's wife. I'm not looking back at what I don't have any longer.
Right. Well, you look fabulous. Whatever you're doing is working because I think you look younger. You look like a burden's off of you, right, ladies? And she look
Well,
good.
thank you.
You
Thank you.
do.
That just fuels my ego. Thank you so much.
Well, you do.
Um,
So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Yeah.
all right. Thank you.
Okay, so let's come back to you. Jackie, anything else you want to add to that before we move to Luana?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Do you have any travel plans this year?
Oh, of course.
Where are you going this year?
Hawaii in March
Nice.
and a Mississippi River cruise in May and June, and we'll spend some time in New Orleans and spend some time in Nashville. Our granddaughter's in Nashville now. And we'll come back the day before our 60th anniversary.
Wow, 60th
Wow.
anniversary.
Congratulations.
Huge.
I gotta say
Thank
something
you.
to Jackie really quick, Jackie. When you do the Mississippi cruise, there the dock. I walk and run by the dock where the cruise ship, the riverboat pulls out. We live by the dock, and it's a stage for summertime concerts.
Cool.
We have to connect because I can just meet you there. I'll take you both out to lunch.
All right.
It's yeah, because you have to go through Chattanooga and to go from the Mississippi River, and you either stop in Nashville or whatever it is, and you come around to Chattanooga. You turn around and Moccasin Bay and blah blah blah, and all these bridges. And so we could talk offline, but I would.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. I think we just go straight from New Orleans to Memphis.
Okay, yeah, just let me know if you're going to come through Chattanooga. So we'll talk
Okay,
offline. We have each other's phone number.
we
Okay.
do. Fun.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So proud of you. So proud of you, Jackie. You look great.
Thank you.
Okay, we're running out of time, so let me go up to Luana. We got Luana and then Ramona. What is your big goal that you're going to do this year?
Well, like the others, I don't have big goals. I'm focused on writing now. I plan on writing 2 self-help books. They're not thick, so I know I can do them. I'm also to continue writing romance story because what I'm doing, I'm like you. I'm up there. So, I want to do something that I've always wanted to do and have pushed it aside for lack of confidence was one of the main reasons. But, married, children, grandchildren, it's always been somebody or something as a reason for me not doing it. And so now I'm writing for me, whether it goes any place or not, doesn't matter. I just want to do the writing because I love writing. And so that's really my big goal. Aside from speaking, I do plan on continuing that.
Well, and that's a great way to leave your legacy for your own children and grandchildren is by putting it inside of a book. Whether it's a romance novel or self-help, they get to know you and a piece of you, and have a piece of you. So, bravo.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, Ramona, you're up. Up, you muted.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Yay. Why can't we hear you if you're unmuted?
I don't know. I don't know. Can you
We
not
can
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Okay.
Good.
I of course have been working on my speech, but the biggest goal for me this year is like it's one thing to give a speech, and then it's another thing to figure out how to make money, around your business. Because as you know, yeah. So that is been doing a lot of thinking about, how to actually make money. So that's my big goal. Because, like I said, my big picture for myself is that especially as my grandchildren, well, my oldest now just turned 19, and then I have 3 18-year-olds. And my youngest is, a 1-year-old. But at the time that they actually start to get married and have kids, I want to, since my book is about children and their brains, and I want to be able to do these workshops with my grandchildren, my grandchildren who are going to be having babies, to tell them how fabulous they can be to their baby. And I said before, I already have a daughter who's a marriage and family counselor, and she does workshops on, connecting with your mate. Because the reality is, when you have kids, it is an extra kind of strain on a relationship. And if you're having relationship problems with your mate, it's really hard to be a good parent. So I have this goal to, not only introduce my grandchildren who start having children to being good parents, but also to being good mates. And so, yeah, I have to prepare that. But in the meantime, I'd like to figure out how to make a little bit more money than just,
Right.
what I have. So, yeah.
Right. Well, that making the money, I mean, that's not a goal per se, unless you have a specific amount, and then you figure out how you're going to make it. So just saying that, so you have to either set the goal of you want to do so many workshops, or you want to launch your program by this certain date, and then you're going to charge this certain amount. That'll bring you the money. But just setting a goal like, I want to figure out how to make more money, is not a goal. That's not going to bring it in for you. But if you say, I want to make 10,000 a month, that's a goal. Then you figure out, okay, how am I going to be able to do that? That means I have to set up 5 clients at $1,000 each to run at least 3 to 4 months at a time, or whatever. You figure it out. You
Yeah.
yeah.
Which totally makes a lot of sense. And I guess the thing that is like, what do I have to offer that I feel like I could charge a full amount of money? That's, part of that is trying to figure out what
your system for communicating with children and keeping them out of jail, keeping them off drugs, and keeping them out of trouble and whatever mischievous things. Your system, when you use it and catch the kids early, will prevent this from happening when they're older. You're preventing troubled children. You're preventing gang members. You're preventing jailbirds or whatever. You know what I mean? You got to think of it that way. You're not just communicating now. You're preventing something that could be. That people will pay for. Parents will pay for that. You're going off. I can't hear you again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that's really hard for me to figure out the money thing. Like, you don't want to, anyway, that's just hard.
Okay, stop right there. Number one, you're
Stop saying
it's
that.
hard, so it's hard. You're creating that. You just created it.
Yeah.
I believe you. So don't say that anymore. Change the way you talk. It is easy to make money. Money flows to me easily and freely. Now, I'm a money magnet. These are all from different mentors I've had, right? Dr. Renee probably recognizes some. I'm a money magnet, T. Harv Eker. Money flows to me easily and freely is Laura Langemeyer. So start talking about money coming to you in abundance, but you have to believe it. Now, sometimes we have to say things before we believe it, and that's okay. I want you to say it over again. I'm a money magnet. Money comes to me easily and freely. I have so much money, I don't know how to spend it. I mean, whatever your words are, you keep saying it to yourself. Now, as far as figuring it out, right? Start writing your program and what they're going to get on a piece of paper. Come to me and I'll give you some ideas on what to charge. Don't even worry about that. That's teeny tiny compared to what's going on in your head. And that's that doubt. Get rid of that. Write it down and we'll figure it out together. Or we could come on a call like this and we'll all give you some ideas. But you have to structure your program so that we know what it is so we can give you some valid advice.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I mean,
We're losing you again.
oh, I appreciate that because I mean, doing my massage business, I mean, I know that God has always sent me business. And so I know that the right people who need what I have will be brought into my life. But I know that well with massage because it's happened for me a lot. But I'm not that confident yet about. So no, I appreciate that. That would be a really big help. So,
Yeah. Well,
by
if
the
God,
way, Luana,
yeah.
I
Well,
just want to tell Luana that
if God brought you the people for your massage, why wouldn't he bring you the people for this new business?
I
It's
agree.
the same, it's the same God.
Intellectually, I believe that it's not in my, it's not quite in my guts yet.
Okay.
But
Change your thinking.
yes, I
It's the
100%
same God. He'll
agree
do it
there.
again. He'll do it again.
Yeah.
Ramona, you got to do a one-on-one with Arvee for real. And no joke, Arvee's been around. She's very wise. She wouldn't look like she looks because she just wished it on upon a star. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So don't fight it. Whatever she's going to give you advice and value what she's going to say. Take notes, record it, put it on Temi, record it, and transcribe it. But don't say, "Oh, I know, I know, I know." Don't do that. Just listen to Arvee and just do it.
Do
Look
it.
at her body and look at the discipline she teaches all of us and how to do the format and the sandwich speech and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just follow
Yeah.
RV. Don't try to say, oh, I know this because of this, I did massage and blah blah. Nobody cares. Just follow RV and just listen, because she doesn't have a lot of time because she's got to go back to the gym, keep working out. So just follow whatever RV says, just do it. Don't contradict her. Just follow along and just say yes. And whatever she says, I embrace. I love God. I love RV, and I embrace whatever it is she's saying is for the truth. And God is speaking through RV when you do a one-on-one. So that's all I want to say. Okay,
I
that's all.
want to diddle
Appreciate
that.
that.
I want to diddle that. I think people always say, well, I don't want to pay for this and that. But if someone can give you a shortcut to get you where you want to go, you pay for it. You
Right.
figure it out. You put it in your budget. And Dr. Love is so right. You need a coach, and she will coach you to victory.
To victory,
She,
because she's a winning
she,
coach. She's a
yeah,
winning coach, Ramona. She's a win. I'm not joking. She's a winner.
seriously.
RV
She
is a
do.
winner. Okay, she's a leader. She's a thought leader. She's a trailblazer, blazer, and that's what RV is. Whether it's Christian or doing a magazine or doing a calendar or a competition, or all over the global. No, not everybody can do that, Ramona. So don't take it for granted. If she's going to charge you, pay her whatever, because it's worth it. Because if you get it for free, you say, "Oh, I'll take it for granted." But if you
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
for it, it puts leverage on you, and it puts leverage on your butt, saying, "I better do this." So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I would
my.
have never gone on stage. I was so frightened. I am really good at what I do. I've been doing this for 38 years, financial consulting. I am good at showing people how to make money. But going on stage, MG. I hated it. I hated it. I had no system. I would just talk. I wouldn't know how to pause. I would all over the place. I hated it. And if it wasn't for Arvee, I wouldn't be where I am. I'm so confident now. I still have to use my notes because when you're teaching money, it's just totally different. But I'm a lot more confident and I can make it happen. I'm not afraid anymore. I know about believing and saying what you want. So she's so right. You need to get on her calendar before it gets booked. Seriously, Ramona,
Well,
it'll change
I heard
everything. Yeah.
I went to that at the Wolf Lodge, when we did that, when Arvee did her first, live presentation again. And I heard you speak then, and you have a great speaking, and you did a wonderful job. And, all of that stuff influenced me to go to Arvee and go to her, Puerto Vallarta. It was like super excellent, wonderful. So you don't have to convince me. She's really good. But I also wanted to tell Luana that I bought her book and I read the first 3 chapters, and then it was in the middle of Christmas, so I went to the end and read the end. I like your writing style. It's very fun. It's very descriptive. Excellent. Just excellent book.
Sweet.
Anyway,
Well, thank you.
The romance novel. It's beautiful.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh, you like the
it's fun.
romance? Okay. I thought you was talking about the
Yeah.
other book.
No, I read the romance
Oh,
novel, Luana. I read your book.
I
Thank,
read
thank
it
you.
a little bit too, but I don't know how to find it again because I paid for it and it came online. Do I look under Luana?
I'll
Yeah,
send
same
you
thing for me,
yeah, put your
Tanya.
email in
Yeah,
your
that's the
emails in
problem
there
I'm
and I'll send
having.
you a link, another link.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So you can get it. Thank you. Those of you who are having problems.
There you go.
oh,
I want
that's
to
good.
finish it, but
Jackie,
fine.
you might want to do the same thing.
Yeah, you want to put your email in there, Luana,
Oh,
Jackie.
okay.
in the chat. Okay.
I just put mine in.
Good.
Oh,
Perfect. Okay, good.
Make sure I got it in there right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. We'll make sure the two of you get a link to the story.
thank you.
Great.
beautiful. So copy down the chat. Everybody, make
Okay.
sure you copy the chat before we go.
Hold on. Don't go
How do you
yet.
copy the chat again? How do you do that? Copy the chat?
The
Oh,
chat,
just those three buttons up at the top.
3 buttons up at the top.
Renee, is
Uh-huh.
yours?
three
Oh,
little dots.
there we go.
Yeah, I
Never
just
mind.
redid it. I didn't do I did a slash. It's not the right one, but the bottom
Yeah.
one is correct.
Okay. I saw that and went, wait a minute.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I have to follow up with Jackie and probably with Luana and with Tanya. So good. All right. Arvee, do you need anything from us?
No, I don't. I'm all good.
Okay.
I'm
So you're not
golden.
going to get another dog or anything like that either, right? No more dogs?
No, because I just want to travel. So I'm
Okay.
traveling for competition. I'm going to Indianapolis. I'm going to Pittsburgh. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
the Philippines again.
Oh, good.
So I'm traveling around. So it's just too expensive.
I see.
And now
And you don't have any plants in the house? No plants in the house?
I do.
Oh, so somebody come and water them?
No, but plants you can water once and not water them for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I don't have a lot of plants. I just have 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Arvee, how do we see your calendar? Because Jim keeps telling me you got to see Arvee on Facebook. You're posing and all that stuff. So, do you have a calendar that you want to share with us in the chat?
Well, I do have a calendar, but I have actually 2 calendars. But I have my calendar.
The calendar that you pose for with your bathing suit.
Oh, that's my own personal calendar.
Oh,
That,
okay.
that's for my my guy fans.
Oh, because
My
Jim
guy
is
fans.
telling me Jim is telling me all these things on Facebook. He said, "Oh, you got to see Arvee again. She looks great." I said, "Okay, honey, I will."
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm
I
going to
mean,
see
I
her on
can show you
Tuesday."
right now. I mean, like
Okay.
that's what.
Oh, you
Wow.
got a
See,
calendar. Oh,
that's discipline.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's January. This is February.
Wow.
Now, I'm 71 years old, right? This is March,
Wow.
right? Well, I did a photo shoot. I did 3 photo shoots, and one of them was for this calendar, which is our A2F calendar. And these are all my friends that I work out with, all these ladies. These are my 2 coaches right there. And then I'm June in this one. So some of these I got from that photo shoot. So that's that one, which is also in my personal calendar. So this is April, right? I did a bourgeois photo shoot. Then here's this one. That's all from the calendar photo shoot. This is from the bourgeois photo shoot, right? I've only sold one, so I don't know. And then this is from the calendar shoot, right? Pretty, huh?
Nice.
Pretty,
Really
I
nice.
think pretty poses. And this is from a shoot I did in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of fun. Kind of fun there. We did a photo shoot while we were there. And then oh, this is fun. This is just a shoe. Isn't that fun? Just the bottom of the red shoe. And then then November, and then December. Yeah, so I just make my shutterfly, right?
Wow. Do you have to work out 4 hours to look like that, Arvee?
No.
It's also what you're
90 minutes.
eating, right? What
Yeah,
you're eating.
yeah.
90 minutes, 6 days a week is what I do. But like right now I'm off. So I gained 10 pounds since those were
So you
made.
do 90 minutes a day, like me. You do the 90 minutes 6 days a week on bodybuilding and all that.
Yeah.
weightlifting, bodybuilding, rubber things, and then do you do treadmill at all, like cardio or no?
Yeah. 30 minutes of cardio a day.
And
Yeah.
then would you say is it treadmill, or what's your cardio? Walking or treadmill or
It's either treadmill or it's stair steps.
stair steps? Okay,
So I
got it.
do stair steps on arm days and I
Uh-huh.
do treadmill on leg days.
On the treadmill, do you do elevation like a 12 or 14?
Sometimes not that
Okay.
high.
Not that
Sometimes
high. And then do you mind if I ask you what's your speed on the treadmill? Is it like 3.5, 5? Is it
3.
3?
I'm
Okay.
walking.
So it's walking
Yeah, we don't
fast.
want to run because we'll burn muscle.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you don't want
walking.
to do too much, and you don't want to do too much before you lift because you'll burn muscle. So that only 5 minute warm up or maybe 10. Otherwise, you're burning your glycerin that you need to lift.
I see.
Mistake people make. Then they don't have any oomph.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so 5 to 10 minute warm up, then lift for an hour, and then 30-minute cardio.
30-minute. Okay.
And it's an hour when I'm competing because they want you to burn more fat. They want
Right.
to lean you out on purpose.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll take too much muscle.
Right. All
Mhm.
right. Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
but I'm on a break until the end of February. I start prep actually in April. So I'm like free for, I can eat almost whatever I want.
And if you want to eat whatever you want, what would that be? What, like if this weekend coming up, what would you like, a steak or potato? I'm just asking.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
so what would that
I
be?
still eat, it's adding stuff like granola on my
Oh, is
oatmeal.
that like a splurge? Is granola?
Yes.
Oh, splurging is granola. Got it. Okay.
And
It's not
popcorn for movie night.
okay.
Um,
No pasta, no spaghetti.
bread. No pasta. I don't like pasta anyway.
Okay.
Bread, I do like good bread. So I
Okay.
can have bread.
Would you have butter on that bread?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But this
And-
is only during this time when you're okay, but when you're trying to build that muscle, you're probably not eating bread, right?
Well, when you build muscle, you need more carbs.
You do
Oh.
need more carbs when you're
Oh,
building muscle.
okay.
Yeah,
So
carbs.
is that ice cream? Is that including ice cream?
No, I don't do ice cream because that's fat.
Oh, okay. So no
You don't
dairy
want to build
then?
the fat. You want to build the muscle, but not add fat.
Okay.
So what's a good carb to build muscle?
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes and rice.
Oh, brown rice or quinoa, or what kind of rice do you suggest?
Brown rice or white rice. They don't care.
Okay, brown rice. Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Very
and
good. And
Sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are really good, not yams. Hi, Jackie. But sweet potato, like the real white ones, and then purple potatoes.
oh,
They're like
purple. Yeah.
sweet and candy. Yeah.
Okay, purple potatoes are like candy, and you put butter on that potato, correct?
No, I usually don't. Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you use pink Himalayan salt?
Yes.
Okay. And do you do apple cider vinegar?
No.
Okay.
Everybody
know-
raves about apple cider vinegar. Everybody
Yeah.
raves about that.
Yeah. I mean, does it cut fat, Arvee? What's your opinion about apple cider vinegar?
I don't know. I don't
Oh.
use it. So I don't. I
don't
use it
have
when
an
I was
opinion.
doing raw food making, but I don't have a need right now for it.
Okay. All right. And do
It
you
would be okay, I'm sure.
yes, do you juice like carrot juice or apple and celery, ginger?
No, too high in sugar.
Got it. Okay. And so that
Apples,
causes
all that fruit. Yeah.
Are you
No.
still are you still doing 5 meals a day?
Yes.
Just
Yep.
in a period of time? Like
In a what?
in a what kind of period of time?
Like from 10 o'clock to
Every
7
2.5
o'clock at night?
hours.
Every 2.5. That's an awful. I've tried doing that. That's a lot of food. So you do your carbs and your protein, right?
Right.
And
Well,
do you do intermittent fasting, Arvee?
No.
No, okay.
No, I need I need it to build. I mean, you can't build if you don't eat.
Got it.
You know, your body doesn't see every time you eat, you build metabolism. Your metabolism goes up. And people make the mistake of not eating because they're trying to lose weight. And what happens? The metabolism slows down. It goes, oh, you're not giving me any food. I'm in starvation mode. I'm going to hang on to everything. As opposed to the body going, oh, I'm going to eat plenty so I can burn plenty. Now, that doesn't mean you can eat anything you want. Doesn't mean you eat a bunch of carbs. It just means that you eat a lot of protein and vegetables, and your body will burn that off.
And what's your opinion about broccoli, cauliflower,
All of it
zucchini?
good. All
good. And do you
but carrots? No
no
carrots.
carrots? No carrots. Okay. Do you
No
saute?
carrots, no tomatoes.
No tomatoes. Okay. So nightshade, like the tomatoes are nightshade, right? Okay.
What's wrong with
And do you
carrots?
Stay with the green stuff.
What's
stay
wrong
with
with
the green?
carrots?
With what?
Carrots.
Too much sugar.
Oh.
And then do you saute like zucchini and yellow squash? Do you saute it in a little bit of butter, or how do you with lemon?
No butter, because that's oil. I would boil it.
Broil it?
Steam it.
Steam it. Okay, steam. Yeah,
Or
I
eat
do
it
the
raw.
steaming. Okay, yeah, I steam some vegetables, but I
Use
eat
as
a lot of
little
raw.
oil as less often as possible. So what I do is I'll boil my baked potato because my potatoes because my oven is not working. So I don't want to fry it. And I will even boil salmon. You know, have poached salmon because I don't, because there's enough things I can cook in oil like turkey,
Okay.
ground turkey, and stuff. So when I can cut out the oil, I do.
Okay, and what's your opinion about fish? Do you eat a lot of it every week?
Whitefish.
Whitefish, not salmon then, or white salmon?
Salmon now, I'm eating salmon, but when I'm in prep, I can't eat salmon. Too fatty.
Oh, and so what fish do you eat then?
Tilapia.
Okay, of course, tilapia like 2 or 3 days a week?
When I'm at the end of my prep, yes. Not now.
Okay. And no catfish or anything like that?
No, I don't. Well, I could, but I don't like catfish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now, Dr. Love is a chef. So you would know how to cook all this stuff delightful. I just like kind of out of necessity, cook it regular, but you could probably make my meal prep taste wonderful with
Yeah.
seasoning.
And do you use lemon a lot or not?
Oh, I don't.
No.
Should
Is
I?
lemon? Yeah, lemon is very good. It's a citrus, but it's not sugary and it is alkaline. So even though it's acidic, it is very alkaline for your body, which you know is very good for your body. So
Okay,
yeah.
I'll try some.
yeah, and your fish is good, And so the pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of lemon is very good for fish or vegetables sautéed. So I myself don't eat anything from a package.
Right, I try not to.
I don't do anything from a packaged food, no frozen food or anything like that. Everything is fresh. So,
Right.
And we have an alkaline water machine, so that helps a lot too, the water intake that Jim and I drink. I drink about 1.5 gallons of 9.5 pH water a day.
Beautiful.
So, well, Arvee, thank you so much. And Tanya, it was nice to see you. Luana, it was nice to see you too.
I didn't know you moved.
All
I'll
right.
call you. I'll give you a
Thank all of
call.
you.
God bless you
All right.
all.
Bye-bye.
So remember those goals, write them down, and just watch them come into effect.
Yeah.
Bye,
All right,
ladies.
everyone. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year's, everybody.